Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play the Thousand Year Door. So we're here in the Palace of Shadow. Let's continue on to the right. Okay, obviously you don't want to do that. You can do the old trick if you want of jumping over the fire bars 10 times and they'll disappear and turn into coins. But at this point, I don't need coins for anything, so... yeah, and if you get hit by one further down the line, it sends you all the way back to the beginning, which is a real pain, so try not to get hit if at all possible. Alright, so let's jump on here. It's kind of a safe point. Oh, wow, holy crap. I got a first strike, too. That's weird, but... Oh, come on. I was hoping there'd be more than one so I could show this thing, but... Ice Power is also one of the badges I have equipped. It's probably a good idea for this area, so you can take out those guys pretty quickly. Hopefully we can get another battle with one of them. That's a boo sheet there, which I don't care about, so... Alright, and this one we want to be using our tube powers for. We need to jump over the ones on the ground and go underneath the ones that are in the air. So, there we go. It's kind of a short little path. That's really not that hard to do. But you could get unlucky where one just kind of appears at the end and you're pretty much just screwed. It happens sometimes. Okay, so here we have pretty much a big empty room with really nothing in it, and that's because as we get to this end, there's another one of these guys here. None shall pass by. Let those who would disturb her sleep fall into the depths of endless darkness. What? Whoa! Arrgh! May the intruder never find the key to this door. Yep, so we got this old trick going again. But this time, the guy that we're trying to get to is moving around. So this can be a real pain. Because we're going to have to... Oh, God, and they push you back if, like, even one of them touches you. So... Oh, okay, there we go. We got it. A little bit more difficult than the one that was in Hooktail's Castle back in Chapter 1, but I've got him this time. Okay, so this is a battle with Dark Bones and 4 Dry Bones. This one can get a little bit irritating, because remember, the Dry Bones can reform themselves after you defeat them, and the Dark Bones can do the same thing, so this guy can get very, very annoying very quickly. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to show off our new Star Power Supernova. Oh, hey. Okay, I know I'm taking a while, but you don't have to throw something at me. Alright, so let's go ahead and use Supernova, and the action command for this is really simple, and it's actually quite easy. All we have to do is tap A repeatedly. We're going to have to do this a number of times, though. It's either 4 or 5 in all. This is 3. So I guess it's 5. This is 4. And finally a 5th one. And then at the end, boom! Look at that, 15 damage to all of them. That is some good stuff. Alright, so Bobbery can't really do anything aside from attack the very first one, so he's kind of useless. Let's switch to Vivian. Yep, and he's got a little bit more attack than the normal Dry Bones, but he's still really not that big of a deal. With the 15 damage we dealt before in the 6, that'll finish him off and take care of the whole battle. We didn't even get more than 1 star point for that battle. That's how over-leveled I am at this point. And of course, once we defeat him, all the Dry Bones run off, we get the key, and can now move on. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of a neat little throwback to Chapter 1, I suppose. But now let's move on. An Ultra Shroom here, which is interesting. Because I'm already full, I've got plenty of Ultra Shrooms. Does anyone need recovery? Mario kind of does. Let's just go ahead and use it. We can pick up the other one so we don't lose any items or anything. And there we go. Alright. Oh, holy crap. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so we got some more of these things. It's really hard to position this one out because you can't see where you are. So I pretty much just like to use Vivian along here to stay safe. You only really have to go down a few times. It's not that big of a deal. And then we'll just go ahead and get a first strike that way. Alright, no real problems there, so let's go ahead and move on. I think we're going to have... Oh, okay, we got another one of these. I'm going to just go ahead and not get a first strike. Oh, good, there's 4 of them. So we'll get to see what they do. These guys are Phantom Embers. They pretty much do the same stuff that all the other members of their family do. It's not really that big of a deal. Vivian will probably get hurt if I attack with her, so let's switch over to Bobbery again. And of course, they that seems to pretty much be their main attack. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen them do anything different, so that may be all they do. And if so, pretty much all you have to do is learn the timing, but even if you don't, these guys really aren't that much of a threat whatsoever. They don't really do that much damage at all, so they're no real big deal. yeah, Bobbery is really good against those guys because, oh, wow, okay, I guess they do have other attacks as well. But yeah, when they take more damage from explosive damage as well, so Bobbery is a good partner to have here. If you want to use Bob-omb Bash, you can do a lot of damage pretty quickly, but there's no real need for that here, because Bobbery's going to finish this one off. And there we go. So yeah, those guys really aren't that tough. You shouldn't really have any problems with them. Let's go ahead and move on. I think, yeah, there's another one of them here. Yeah, I don't know why I bothered to fight him. It's not like I'm getting star points or anything. Oh, yeah, there it is. I knew there was another one of them here. Alright, so let's let him go on by, and here we are. Okay, maybe a little up. Okay, there we go. Yeah. It's always worth jumping just in case when you're trying to figure out the positioning. You know, you don't want to get hit by a first strike. That'd just be irritating. And if you want, you can do a trick similar to one you could do in the original Paper Mario. You could get in a battle with one of the bills that it shoots out. I don't remember what those are called. It might be bombshell bills. I don't remember. But you can get in a battle with one of those, run away, and then while you're invincible, run through the blasters and not have to fight them if you wish. They're worth fighting anyway because they give off a good amount of experience if you're at a reasonable level. And they're really not that tough. Alright, so here's a P up, D down for the partner. Probably won't be using that. You can also pick up another Gem and Jelly here. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's just throw that one away. Go to our gear and use one. And pick up the one we threw away. And then a coin. Oh, well, thanks. Okay, so let's just avoid all these guys. There's just kind of a little gift room there, it seems. I don't know, there's not really anything in there. Alright, and here we're going to have another one of those sort of endless room puzzles, you know, where you go the wrong way and you get sent back to the beginning. But this time, the key is pretty obvious what you need to be looking for. One of the torches will be lit up, and basically where the torch that's lit up is the direction in which you need to go. So just keep going through the door with the fire, pretty much. I don't think it ever makes you go back either. I'm pretty sure it's like always forward. Yeah, see, this time it's on the top. So let's take that one. And this is, you know, pretty simple. It's probably a lot longer than it needs to be, but... Okay, it's on the top again. Oh, nope. Don't pound on the stairs. Alright, should just be a few more. And on the bottom this time. Yeah, and if you remember, Paper Mario had something sort of similar to this, except it just gave you all the entire order at the beginning, and then made you remember it. This one is even easier, so... Oh, come on, we gotta be about out of it by now. See, what they should have done is actually made you go back in the door you came out of. Like, it wouldn't make any logical sense, and that would kind of, like, freak you out a little bit, but I think they should have done that. It would have been cool. Alright, and now when we go through this door, we come to a completely different area. Well, now, it seems we get past one dodgy room only to find another. This region is rather like an underground city. What is this place? Indeed, what is this place? Alright, so as you can see, we've got a few chomps standing around. I don't think we fought any of these things before. Oh, God, yeah. If you pretty much touch them at all, they get a first strike, which is a little bit irritating, but it's not that bad. Alright, so these are chain chomps. They're pretty one-dimensional. They only really have one attack they do, which is the one that you saw where they charge up and lunge at you. So it's these guys really aren't any big deal. Once you learn their timing, they're pretty simple, and they can actually be super guarded rather easily as well. Since the timing is pretty much the same every time, it's really not that hard to figure out. So yeah, these chain chomps really aren't that big of a deal. They do have quite a bit of defense, so piercing blow might be a good idea, or something else that penetrates defense, but other than that, those guys are pretty much a pushover. Whoa, lagged a little bit there, that's kind of crazy. Alright, so we got another one over here. Let's have Bobbery take care of it this time. There we go. Alright, so now that we've taken care of those, it's not really explained to us what we need to be doing, so if you get stuck, a good thing to do is always to ask Goombella. This is the Palace Garden, but it feels so cold and icky. It's like time stopped here. We gotta do something about those chain chomps in the middle if we want to move on. Yeah, that's right, I don't just mean the moving ones. So that's kind of our little hint. We do actually need to be doing stuff with Bobbery here. So once we've taken out the Chain Chomps in the middle, there are other Chain Chomps we need to take care of, namely this one over here. So we can throw Bobbery in its mouth there and have it explode. And then that'll reveal a pipe here that we can go through. And as you can see, there's a switch in the background. There's also another one pretty much exactly like this on the other side. So that's what we're going to be doing after this. So we hit that switch, and a boat panel appears. And we go back and do the same thing on the other side, which is going to take a minute. Pretty cool place. I like that little statue back there in front of the door. That's kind of cool looking. Okay, and here's the other Chomp. It looks kind of weird pointing to the left. I don't know. I got used to the other one pointing to the right or something. I don't know. Okay, so let's go into this pipe, hit this switch. Kind of slow paced here, isn't it? There we go. And once we do that, the statue unfortunately turns into a boat panel. I wish they would just move it to the side or something. That's pretty cool looking, but alas, I guess we can't get everything that we want. Or you can't always get what you want. But alright, so now that we've gotten 2 boat panels, we can take this one over here to that one up there. And the room that we're about to be going in is one of my favorite, actually. It's pretty much just littered with a bunch of different puzzles. We'll see once we get inside. And I'm always a big fan of areas like this, so it should be fun. Alright, so we've made land here. Let's go in. And yeah, this place kind of has its own music, its own little feel. As you can see, there are a bunch of doors, a big spiral staircase in the middle. There's 3 different levels. The first 2 have 4 doors like this, and the last one is kind of the final room. We'll save that for later. But basically, we need to be going in each of these 4 doors, and as we do so, we're going to be introduced to a puzzle here. There's always a little board that'll tell us what to do, and some random line in blue. I guess if you put those together the right way, they mean something. I don't know. So this one says beyond, 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 before, before, which really doesn't make that much sense. But when it says beyond, it means the one that is beyond the door, which is this one over here, and then the one which is before the other switch, which is this one. So it said beyond 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then before twice. This one would take a while to figure out if you didn't have a hint. But as usual, Goombella is actually very useful in this place. You know what, let's go ahead and switch to her. It's good to have her out anyway. This is kind of a mental place, so she fits good here. There's something written on that wall. Based on that message, I'd say that word beyond probably refers to away from the door, so that means the left block. So then the word before must refer to the right block. Are you with me? Still, the way they repeat those words must have some meaning too, don't you think? And yeah, once Goombella explains that, I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out. It's kind of fun to do these rooms without her little explanations. Although I'll admit, I think the first time I came through here, I pretty much relied on her, at least for that room. And maybe a couple others. They can get a little bit tricky, but yeah, this is one of them that kind of threw me for a loop. As you can see, we have a new kind of block here, a sort of red and yellow metallic thing that we can't do anything with. We're not going to get any more hammer upgrades, so those are pretty much stuck there. We can check what it says on the wall. 4 stones, twin stones. 2 are 1, 1 is 2. So let's see what Goombella has to say. Based on the message, I'd say maybe if we break a block here, it'll do something to a block in another room. Yep, and that's pretty much all we're going to get. We can break that one block, but that's the only one we can get to for now. So we can't quite finish that room yet, so we'll have to come back to it. Okay, and before we run out of time, let's go ahead and look at this door here. If I remember, this one's really easy. Yeah, all you see isn't all there be. Touch it to pass through it. And this is kind of like up on Shiver Mountain on Paper Mario 1, when we went to see Lovely's and Merlin's ancestor. Remember, got the key there. We can pretty much just walk through the wall here, hit the switch, and then the chest will appear back in the other room. So they're kind of reusing the same puzzles, but I can see where, you know, they'd be kind of running out of ideas by this point. So let's go ahead and get the next key. We're going to be picking up quite a lot of these, one for each room. Alright, so we're about to run out of time. The next part, we are going to finish up the puzzles in this little tower here. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.